Hey, it's your brother D on the VBB, world famous Venice Beach Boardwalk, and today we're talking with the granddaughter of African-American designer Arthur Reese, who first brought from New Orleans his passion for creating floats and paper-mache heads from Mardi Gras festivals here to Venice, California. So I'm standing here with his granddaughter, Sonya Reese. Sonya, say what's up to the people.
Hello.
So, Sonya, my first question to you is, who was your grandfather and where did he grow up?
Well, my grandfather was born on the Cane River in what was Thibodaux. At his birth, it was called White Castle, Louisiana. And he lived there for 9 years with his mother and brother. And when they could join his father in New Orleans, he moved to New Orleans and went to school there. But at the age of 14, his father became ill, so he went to work as a printer apprentice and then a porter on the train. So as a teenager and porter on the train, he came to the end of the line and he would get off and read the newspapers. It happened to be downtown Los Angeles, and he read about Abbott Kinney's project, Venice of America. Arthur Reese had been hired as a janitor. He had many men under him to decorate, and Abbott Kinney bought decorations, and Arthur Reese volunteered to hang these decorations. In the beginning, they needed gondolas to start the concession, and Arthur Reese volunteered to design and build the first gondolas.
So he built the first gondolas. Ah, okay.
Because people don't know that the gondolas were in Africa 500 years before Christ. So gondolas were in Louisiana, came over with the slaves. And so he studied the Italian style and built the gondolas to fit the Italian theme. And it took off. So the second year they bought gondolas from Italy.
That's amazing. I never would have known, actually, that gondolas actually had a history here in the United States in New Orleans. That's very fascinating history, so that's amazing. Can I ask you a question? What was your grandfather's views on race and culture in terms of how he was raised? How did that influence how he thought of those things?
Well, he was coming from Louisiana, he was used to working with all kinds of people. Arthur was used to fostering the best of all people. And in the household, he would celebrate everyone's holiday. I got gold coins for Hanukkah. I got colored coins for Mardi Gras. And he made sure that we knew our African heritage. And when you know your own heritage, you can respect everyone else's heritage.
From what I know, your grandfather also and his cousin Irving Tabor were some of the first African Americans living here in Venice. How do you think it was for them at that time?
Well, the Tabors came to Venice, Louisiana. They built a little house at one of the lots that he had, and they set up working for him. That little house didn't cause too much trouble, but when Arthur Reese in 1915 built his California bungalow, there was a big backlash, and the Ku Klux Klan came out and had a big rally across the street.
Oh wow, really? Oh my gosh, how did he react to the KKK being there?
Arthur was used to adversity in Louisiana. In 1920 was the height of lynching in America, so 1915 wasn't. It was very similar. There was a lot of lynching in Louisiana. they had become Masons and Knights of Pythias and all of those organizations to avoid being annihilated by racism. So he just soldiered on.
Wow, that is so amazing, and the courage and bravery at the same time that he had such talent and such ambition that he had amazing courage. He really did. My last question to you is, the annual Venice Mardi Gras continues to go on, and I wanted to ask you, how do you think your grandfather would feel knowing that the tradition that he started back in 1935 with the very first Venice Mardi Gras still continues in some form and fashion today?
I think he would be very proud, and he was proud of his heritage. He would take trips back to Louisiana. I think he would be very proud. He was always very concerned about protecting the community and having events to foster the community. Those decorations made Venice a vacation destination, and it was famous the world over. And he helped start the first Baptist Church of Venice, which became another center for community activism.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of the show and for hanging out with us and our audience. That was another show. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will catch you next time. Be blessed.